Welcome back, it's your guy Engineer Mojo back again with another tutorial. Today we're going to install a front screen door. Anderson is the brand, very popular brand. Full tool list is on the screen as well. Pneumatic door closer and door handle are also pieces you'll need to buy. I like to start off by placing the door on a flat, elevated surface so I have nice access to all the parts and components without having to dip and reach and get into uncomfortable positions. Prior to mounting the door, I go ahead and measure the existing door handle on the house to make sure that the handle for the screen door will fall right in between the lock and the handle. This helps avoid any conflicts with the door closing. Most screen door, storm door brands will come with these little tabs on the door, and these are just spacers that help install the door on your door frame. To get it started, I'll lift the door in place, start at the bottom, and tilt the door forward from the bottom going to the top to make sure it's snug within the frame. For this particular house, there was a small issue. The right hand side frame was not built out to the same level as the rest of the frame for the existing door, so I had to build it out with a few pieces of wood, a few pieces of trim. As you see, I screwed it down to the original frame. He's showing how I screwed on the additional trim pieces. With the door snug in place, I went ahead and started screwing in the left hand side of the mounting bracket for the door. Now if your door isn't quite snug, this may be helpful to have another person or have some kind of material holding the door against your frame, but mine's pretty snug, so I just let it freestand and start screwing in the left hand side of the brackets. Here's a clip showing the left side screwed in. I also screwed in the right side framing locations as well. Now with the door fastened from the outside frame, now you want to open the door and gain access to the inside screw locations. For this particular model, there are some orange clips that you'll need to just pop out with a screwdriver. This will engage and allow you to open the door. Again, being able to open the door will give you access to the interior mounting screw locations. There will also be a few clips you'll have to remove, showing the bottom and top clips that I had to remove from the door to be able to finish opening it. With the door open, I now go ahead back into those clips, and I take some channel locks just to pry those clips right off the door frame. You can use some pliers as well. Now I have full access to the interior frame for the door and the interior mounting hole locations. I go ahead and screw those locations in. For this particular door, there was 8 screws per side on the interior. Same thing for the exterior mounting frame, there were 8 screws as well per side. Here's a close-up shot of those interior screw mounting locations. It's a little bit hidden by the door scruff that holds out the weather, but those are the mounting locations for the interior screws. This is the left side I'm showing you by the hinge. It's also located on the right side by the door handle. The door secured in place, I go ahead and remove the remainder of the plastic clips that were used for guides for the door. For this door model, there were 2 closure pins, and these are located where there was once an orange clip. You just press those right into the hole to close that opening. Getting very close to the end of this install. Now we have the door handle installed. This is not too bad. The door handle model you buy will have its own instruction manual, but I'll give you a quick couple tips on what made it easier for me to install this door handle. Now I have a Moen door handle that is going on this house. Door handle comes with a few components, outside and inside door handles. You'll have the guide rail, you'll have door plates for the outside, inside, as well as the door jamb, showing you there right there. And you may have a lock as well, lock and key mechanism that goes with the door handle. My tip to install this easy is to pay attention to the instructions. The instructions for the door handle will probably tell you to orient the handle either in the horizontal or vertical up position prior to install. And that way it kind of orients your door handle with the lock of the door. So in my case, I had to orient my handle vertically first, installed it, then I was able to rotate the handle down to lock it onto the inside and outside plates of the door, and then I was able to use the mechanism to open the door. Here's a close-up of the door handle secured in place, almost at least. Have both the exterior and interior trim pieces secured, the handle's in place, oriented horizontally correctly. Top mounting screw for the interior trim plates, bottom mounting screw for the trim plate, top screw for the jam trim plate, and then that bottom screw, that is for your locking mechanism that locks that in place. That's for your key. Now for this door, I had a little bit of a gap on the right hand side looking in from the interior, and that's the sweep. So you can adjust the sweep on these doors. There are screws right on the bottom that you can loosen, and then you can push the sweep down just a little bit, a couple millimeters in my case. That way I can get a nice flush look to the sweep on the bottom of the door. Next is the install of the pneumatic closer. The pneumatic closer is just a device that helps close the door without you having to close it shut, and it modulates how fast the door actually closes, either faster or slower, which is helpful by the adjustment screw. Showing you the brackets, this bracket right here that has the little adjustments in the middle, they go on the actual storm door, and there's two screw locations to show you where those go. You also have the lock pin that locks that bracket into the pneumatic closer device itself. That's the pneumatic closer. You then have the triangular bracket that attaches to the wooden door frame, showing you the location right here. Essentially, you want to align that triangular bracket with the bracket that's on the storm door. Start off with the bracket on the storm door. It's just two screws, and you see there's adjustment little slots so you can slide it back and forth as you need to. So I first screw this in pretty loose to allow for adjustment as I'm installing the pneumatic closer. With this shot, I'm showing the bracket that's installed on the storm door, the locking pin, and the pneumatic closer all installed. Go ahead and align the triangular bracket to the pneumatic closer, guiding that right in place, and then there's another locking pin that will sit right in that hole there. And again, to keep this install easy, I keep all the screws loose until I have everything lined up. Just want to give you another angle of that pneumatic closer going into the bracket. One thing to note for that bracket that attaches to the door frame, the wooden part of your door frame, there is a specific way it should be oriented. I put a little snip on the screen of a picture of the orientation. On my particular bracket, it actually had arrows saying door, so that's how you want to orient the bracket. But just so to help you out, I put the picture on the screen. Now I'm just showing location how the locking pin will lock right into that hole between the bracket and the pneumatic closer. Okay, here's a close-up of all that installed. Locking pin, pneumatic closer, and now at the end of your closer there's an adjustment screw right there, and you can use that to adjust how fast or slow the door closes. Now with that, the install is complete. Please let me know how you like this install. Let me know any tips. That's the most important. This is actually the first time I've installed a storm door, so any tips, please comment down below. It would be very helpful because I'm sure I will be doing another one of these in the future. Again, thank you for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. I'll see you next time. I'm out.